As Delhi breathes poison, civic body polls for the city are announced. Delhi's MCD polls will take place on the 4th of December with results on the 7th of December. The big question now, can Delhi citizens make their vote count? And will parties fulfill all the anti-pollution promises they've been making? In fact, the Aam Aadmi Party had cracking down on pollution as part of its manifesto. And clearly, those promises very far from being realized, something that is now leaving them open to attacks from other parties. And all we've seen is toxic political blame games. Can they actually work together? Take a look.
और मुझे उम्मीद है कि अगले साल तक जब अब लगे हुए हैं इस पे, अगले साल तक पराली के जलने का इंसिडेंस काफ़ी कम होगा। कई सारे कदम उठाए जाएंगे, स्पेसिफिक कठोर कदम उठाए जाएंगे, किसानों के साथ मिलकर कदम उठाए जाएंगे। लेकिन हम इसमें ब्लेम गेम नहीं करना चाहते। पंजाब के अंदर अगर पराली जल रही है, उसके लिए हम जिम्मेदार हैं, हमारी सरकार जिम्मेदार है।
सबसे बड़ा पोल्यूशन होता है नियत का पोल्यूशन, और जहां तक अरविंद केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी है, their intent and their integrity is polluted. उनकी जो नियत है उसमें पोल्यूशन है, उसमें खोट है, और इसी कारण से आज दिल्ली भ्रष्टाचार के प्रदूषण से मारी हुई है।
दिल्ली वासी नवजात शिशु से लेकर वृद्ध से वृद्ध व्यक्ति तक प्रतिदिन 10 सिगरेट के पैकेट का धुआं अपने फेफड़ों में बिना सिगरेट पिए ले रहा है। इसके लिए किसको थैंक यू के बोर्ड लगवाने हमें बता दो कि अप्रवासी प्रधानमंत्री के थैंक यू बोलना है या अप्रवासी मुख्यमंत्री को थैंक यू बोलना है? थैंक यू किसको बोलना है, दिल्ली वासियों को और देशवासियों को बता दें।
All right, so politics as usual, or is it time to finally make a difference? Well, the Delhi government did announce several steps. Is this all too little too late? Well, primary schools are going to shut down. Outdoor activities have been curtailed for classes 5 to 7. 50% of Delhi government employees will now work from home to try and reduce vehicular pollution on the roads and congestion on the roads. Also, private offices have been advised to work from home as far as possible. Markets will open now in shifts, and the Delhi government has also said a call will be taken on the odd even car ban if needed. Non-essential construction has been banned, as have the movement of trucks. Non-BS6 diesel vehicles have also been banned. Is all of this too little, too late? Now that we are seeing this absolute out-and-out pollution blame game, who do we hold to account? The Aam Aadmi Party chief very strangely said our government in Punjab has only been in power for 6 months. Give us more time and we will find a permanent solution for stubble burning. Are we to take him at face value? The AAP, remember, is in power in both Delhi and Punjab. Should we have not seen more action on the ground? The AAP, for its part, blaming the centre, blaming its representative, the Lieutenant Governor in Delhi, for sitting on files and not allowing the Aam Aadmi Party to take the decisions that it said it had needed to do. In all of this, stuck in the middle, you and me, citizens of Delhi, citizens of North India, who are now finding it very hard to breathe, burning eyes, headaches, respiratory trouble. Spare a thought, of course, for senior citizens, expectant mothers and infants, who are all suffering the most. Lots to talk about, and let's take this straight across to guests who are joining us on the show. We'll be talking to medical experts, of course. Dr. Vikas Maurya, Director and Head of Pulmonology at Fortis Hospital, is with us on the show. But we will also hold our politicians to account. Remember, Delhi's civic body polls are now very soon indeed. Just how much of a priority is pollution going to be for our parties? Arshpreet Khadial joins us from the Congress. We have Dr. SCL Gupta from the BJP and Siddharth Sharma from the Aam Aadmi Party. We're also being joined by Bhargav Krishna, fellow of CPR's Initiative on Climate, Energy and Environment. Thank you all for being with us. Siddharth Sharma, let me begin with you. It's rather odd to hear Arvind Kejriwal say, give us more time. Our government has only been in power in Punjab for 6 months. What was AAP doing for the last 6 months? Everybody knew that, the onset of winter was going to bring the same set of troubles. And, we're seeing it all play out in exactly the same way it has done year after year.
Ankita, what happened today was a little bit unique in India. Two sitting chief ministers came on record and said that in our states, whatever pollution is happening, we are responsible. We are taking our share of the responsibility. This is absolutely no blame game. People have seen it. Now, even if two chief ministers have taken blame for the pollution, that is their share of the pollution. And even then, there are some data. As we say, we trust in God, but for the rest, there is data. Data says that in Punjab this year, 2 lakh hectares less land is being burnt under Parali. That's also a fact.
At the end of the day, I could also cite another figure to you, Mr. Sharma, which is that 34% of Delhi's current killer air, the contribution of stubble burning to that is 34%. So,
Ankita, may I complete?
Yes,
may I complete?
Yes,
let the viewer decide whether I am speaking sense or not. I am absolutely not defending. That's why our chief minister today, two sitting chief ministers have come on record, and that's a very rare thing in politics in India, that a chief minister comes and says that yes, I'm taking responsibility for my share of whatever has happened. So that we have to appreciate that. That is a big change that has happened today. But so having said that, it is also a fact that in the last 8 months, Aam Aadmi Party's government in Punjab has taken certain decisions. Happy seeder machines and biodecomposers have been spread around to the farmers, which have resulted in 2 lakh hectares less of land being under Parali. That doesn't mean that is enough, because Parali land is nearly 40 lakh hectares, out of which 15 lakh hectares are being burnt.
A drop in the ocean.
So there is a marginal drop. This drop is because of certain policies that we have taken. But are those policies enough? Absolutely not. Now, as far as pollution is concerned, as of today, Ludhiana is as polluted as Motihari in Bihar. The reason is, across the Gangetic belt of India, there is huge agriculture going on. Agriculture is the staple industry, produce from this place. And the pollution today from Ludhiana to Motihari is nearly the same, around 500.
So you're saying Punjab is not primarily responsible?
No.
Is that your contention, Mr. Sharma?
Did I say that? I could have said that. Did I say that? No, absolutely not. What I'm trying to say is that this is a pan-governmental, pan-North Indian issue.
Okay.
And we have a precedence here that just a few months ago, the entire world came together in Paris to speak about climate change and to take certain decisions. I think just like today, the two chief ministers have taken responsibility for their share, the Prime Minister also has to step in and take his share and say that, yes, I'm trying to bring everyone together
on
the table.
Is that going to be possible? Is that going to be possible when the AAP in the same breath says, we try to do our best, but our best efforts are being thwarted by the Lieutenant Governor? When you blame, can you expect the other party to come on board and work with you? Dr. S.C.L. Gupta, you're with us from the BJP.
My statements are clear, Ankita. I did not blame anyone.
Okay, but we've heard your party leaders, issuing their fair share of blaming the Lieutenant Governor also for thwarting efforts.
Ankita, does that mean that only BJP gets to say that, in 8 years, we will wait for Achhe Din, and the people of Punjab are also given us 8 months only. The nation
let Dr. Gupta respond. Dr. Gupta, we heard Kejriwal say today, blaming Kejriwal is not going to help the pollution improve. Is it time to work constructively? Is it even possible for the two of you, for the two parties, to set aside their differences, because citizens' lives are at stake here?
देखिए, दो चीफ मिनिस्टर के सॉरी बोलने से या एक्सेप्ट करने से कि मेरी वजह से है, बात खत्म नहीं होती। और जो इन्होंने अभी कहा कि पराली का रोल नहीं है, तो आप देखिए कि 3,825 फायर काउंट्स हैं। 2 दिन पहले की, और उसमें 94% फायर काउंट्स फ्रॉम पंजाब. The share of Haryana and Uttar Pradesh is only 6%. In 2 days, what has changed in the atmosphere of the 2.5 composition of the 2.5 PM is that जो काला काला धुआं निकलता है, उसमें जो काले काले पार्टिकल्स होते हैं, जो 7.6% थे 3-4 दिन पहले, वो आज 14% हो गए. जो ऑर्गेनिक कार्बन लेवल है वो भी डबल हो गया है, 32% से 52%. अगर उसमें हम क्लोरीन देखते हैं और पोटेशियम देखते हैं, वो भी आज डबल हो गया है. एंड दिस इज हैपनिंग बिकॉज ऑफ द पराली ओनली. तो ये कहना, और 3 वर्ष पहले 4 वर्ष पहले यही केजरीवाल साहब बोलते थे कि पराली की वजह से ये है, और वहां पर पंजाब की सरकार पराली जलाती है, और देखिए ये पूरा धुआं वहां से आता है, और ऐसे जलता है वैसे जलता है, और फिर आके दिल्ली को पॉल्यूट कर देता है. और आज कहते, जबकि दिल्ली का पॉल्यूशन आज की तारीख पे जैसे अभी 30% के करीब पॉल्यूशन आज बिकॉज ऑफ पराली है, बट जो 70% पॉल्यूशन है, वो पॉल्यूशन तो दिल्ली की देन है. दिल्ली की देन है. कैसे देते हैं भाई? आपका ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम. आपके पास, जहां जब आपने सरकार बनाई थी तो आपके पास 6,000 बसेस थी, और आपने कहा था हम डबल करके 12,000 बसेस करेंगे. ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम आज आपके पास 3,900 बसेस. अगर क्लस्टर बसें जोड़ देते हैं तो 5,000-5,500 बसेज होती. कहां से पब्लिक जब चलेगा, अपनी गाड़ी में जाएगा, 2 व्हीलर में जाएगा, 3 व्हीलर में जाएगा, CO2 and CO emission होगा, खराब होगा.
So you're saying, you know, you blamed Punjab when you weren't in power there. Now what about Delhi? You've been in power. You might say you've been in power in Punjab only for a few months. You've been in power in Delhi for a lot longer. We get your point. I just want to bring up one graphic on my screen.
And you have seen the central government's role also. Eastern peripheral way. Western peripheral way.
I want to add to that comment. Let's bring up what the Aam Aadmi Party had said on pollution in its manifesto in 2020. If we can get that graphic up, the Aam Aadmi Party's promise on pollution, and I quote, it said, pollution, we are promising a pollution-free Delhi with at least a 3 times reduction in air pollution. And this is from the AAP's manifesto in 2020. Siddharth Sharma, you know, as you're facing Delhi's civic polls now, and when people remind you of this poll promise, what are you going to tell Delhi citizens?
It's nothing that we need to tell to the people. The people of Delhi know that most of the, because I did not start this program with any kind of blame game, but it appears that the BJP spokesperson has some kind of Kejriwal paranoia. He keeps blaming. So you're
I was answering your person.
No, sir. No, I did not speak about any persons. You are into the blame game. Anyway, that's your choice, and you are free to do that.
No,
but the people of Delhi are seeing.
If the reality is the reality.
No, but gentlemen, you know, bickering aside, and let's face it, people are looking to you. Citizens of Delhi are looking to you for answers now, not for political blame games anymore.
Exactly.
And you are going to have to face voters over here in a month's time.
और नहीं कर सकते तो छोड़ दो भैया, हमें दे दो, हम करके दिखाएंगे.
The Delhi government.
So, Mr. Sharma, yes, very quickly, how are you going to? What face are you going to show to voters who can't breathe right now?
No, it's not about showing face to a voter. It's a public health emergency. It's not about votes anymore. You and me, voter, he can be a voter of anyone. He's a citizen of Delhi, and he has a right to good air. And for that, the best possible mechanisms that a government can do. The problem today is that a red light on, gadi off kind of a simple system. It's nothing big. It's a simple system wherein volunteers go and tell traffic people at the traffic that there's a red light, please switch off your vehicle. Even for this, the union government is creating hurdles. They are not.
Come in on this, because you know we keep hearing the same excuses being trotted out time and again. Is anyone serious? Is anyone serious? Is any political party serious about
Now, I did not interrupt anyone. Allow me to talk.
Mr. Sharma, please let others.
Could you please have him quiet?
Ashpreet Khatial, go
See,
ahead.
number one, the Bharatiya Janata Party at the central level has failed the people of India with regards to pollution, and Aam Aadmi Party at the state level with regards to Delhi and with regards to Punjab. Now, the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party are playing this blame game and trying to distract people from the real issue. Then people have become smart enough to know that you both have failed. Now, how the Bharatiya Janata Party has failed? They haven't given substantive money, the requisite money that could have been used to give machines to the farmers. Aam Aadmi Party is not even there in its state. So congratulations to AAP. While their respective states, Punjab and Delhi, are choking, cannot breathe, both their respective CMs are busy going to Gujarat and campaigning. This goes on to suggest how serious they are with regards to this issue and what their priorities are. Number three, they say we have just been in power since the last 7 months. What do you mean by that? Because your Delhi Environment Minister apparently promised before you came into power in Punjab that, we will not even allow a single stubble burning case to happen. Now it's been, there's been a rise by 33%. Apologize for that on this channel. And number two, Mr. Kejriwal said, we'll provide you with a biodecomposer. You won't even have to do stubble burning. Instead, your field will become more smooth. It will become more better. Where is that biodecomposer? Why haven't you given it to the farmers of Punjab? This goes on to suggest that the Aam Aadmi Party is a lying manufacturing machine. Number four, the CM's district, Mr. Bhagwant Man's district, in 2021, while we were in power there in Punjab, the cases were 780. Today, they are 2,044, a massive rise in the CM's home district. This goes on to suggest that the Aam Aadmi Party does not even care about this issue. And number four, the NGT had to reprimand Punjab. But I want to say one thing. Aam Aadmi Party should come forward and say, do not reprimand Punjab. Reprimand us, our government, our party, because we did not deliver what we promised to the people. And in Honorable Supreme Court, the last year, Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi gave an affidavit which said 90% of the pollution is being contributed by Punjab, and the Supreme Court reprimanded them for having lied, and then they had to correct the statement. And number six, Aam Aadmi Party, and in Delhi there is Aam Aadmi Party in power, in Punjab there is Aam Aadmi Party in power. Both in Delhi also,
two chief ministers came on air and accepted responsibility. Will you give them points for that?
So see, admitting does not help. Finding a solution helps. I'll give you a solution here on the debate. Pass it on to Mr. Kejriwal, the spokesperson. I want to suggest you that. Tell him the amount of money that's being spent upon advertisements, cut 10% of that and put it to the use of farmers. Give them machines, give them biodecomposer. Just the 10% of what you're spending on media, on advertisements, branding and market. I think it'll be a big relief. And number two, be in your state. I have to congratulate both Mr. Kejriwal and Mr. Bhagwant Mann. They do not take a single off, do not take a single holiday, not from working, from campaigning. 24/7 campaigning, following the footsteps of the Honorable Prime Minister of India. I think that's why we call them A and B team of each other. And I just hope that they would open up their eyes, go back to their states and start helping out the farmers with this issue, because Punjab is being blamed for no rhyme or reason. It is the government that is responsible, who is not willing to do anything about this.
Siddharth Sharma, you want to respond to those many points raised by the Congress?
Yeah, I think all the points were petty and frivolous. And Arshdeep, viewers are seeing that you have been only speaking. You also have some kind of Kejriwal paranoia, and you have not blamed the central government even an iota. That shows that what's the Congress's stand on this. Please try to understand that this is a pan North India issue, and the Prime Minister we are requesting the Prime Minister to show magnanimity, graciousness, and make everyone to come together. Now, as far as advertisements are concerned, please understand that Rajasthan also suffers from pollution, and Mr. Ashok Gehlot's advertisements are being printed in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka also. So let's not get into that kind of a petty, frivolous debate. The issue here is pan North India. There is a huge pollution issue, including in Delhi, including in Western UP, including in Bihar, including in Rajasthan. I think every politician worth his salt
Every policy maker worth his salt, right from the prime minister to a simple political worker, has to come together and solve this problem, because every voter, every citizen.
Okay, I want to bring in the non-politicians on the program now. Bhargav Krishna, you've been patiently listening to this back and forth as the politicians blame each other and really don't address the burning questions of the day. What is it that you would hope? Does the fact that we have elections around the corner, civic elections, where civic issues and, what can be a bigger burning issue than poisoned air? Do Delhi citizens have to make their votes count now?
Absolutely. Thank you, Ankita. I think the sense that I get from listening to this debate is that the rhetoric remains the same, but the protagonists change. So it's a feeling of deja vu each year appearing on these panels. I'll give credit to the chief ministers of Punjab and Delhi for one thing, which is the recognition that stubble burning is not an issue that's going to be solved by providing people biodecomposers or happy seeders or other short-term techno fixes. This is a long-term problem that requires transitioning away from the paddy wheat duopoly that we see in Punjab and Haryana, and that requires financing a pathway away from these two crops towards providing alternative crops that are more ecologically sensitive, that use less water, that are more in line with our nutrition, agriculture, and air pollution related goals. What I would say, however, is that
when the Punjab Chief Minister actually says we want to look at moving away, diversifying into other crops, moving away from the paddy crop, how significant a statement is that? And also on the ground, just how easy is it to implement something like that?
It's a huge statement in the sense that this is essentially the way that Punjab has functioned for the last 35, 40 years, essentially since the Green Revolution. And to recognize that that is the shift that's needed is important. However, equally important is to not set unrealistic timelines and sort of set expectations so high that you're virtually never going to be able to meet them. If you're saying that you're going to reduce stubble burning and shift a substantial number of farmers by next year towards other crops, it's just impossible. You're never going to be able to do that because that requires changing the entire value chain of agriculture. And so set realistic timelines for these kinds of transitions, meet people where they are, make farmers partners, not perpetrators, and ensure that this is a transition that happens over the next 4 to 5 years.
Right, we're talking solutions, and Dr. Vikas Maurya, as someone who sort of lives in the National Capital Region, as someone who's daily seeing how much people are suffering, what is it that what is the message that you would give to the politicians on the show today? And in the context of elections, also, what is it that you would wish Delhi citizens to do?
I think it's very important that we all know what the problem is, and that is what I'm hearing on this debate as well. The only thing is that, as a person we are living in Delhi, we should talk of a solution. I think we should jointly do something because, it's affecting not only us, but our, dear parents, our children who are growing in this mess of air pollution. Because ultimately, the India will be defined by the children who will grow later. And because it's affecting everything on the children, right? Their lungs, their respiratory system, their cardiac system, their brain development, everything. And also our dear parents elderly who become very prone to, infections, pneumonias, and other, even stroke and heart diseases and heart attacks. So we have to take care of them. Besides, obviously, we also are living in this era, and those who are prone to it are also getting seriously affected by it. So please get together, bring your act together so that we can save our children, from this mess of air pollution. Thank you.
I want all the politicians to, quickly end this program with their thoughts. We'll start with Dr. SCL Gupta. We saw the whole Diwali blame game play out on our screens as, the AAP government tried to ban fireworks. We heard the responses then. The AAP is saying, even the on-off at the traffic lights program has come in for criticism. So everything that is being implemented or attempting to be implemented gets criticism, and then you turn around and say, what are we going to do about the air emergency?
देखिए, अगर हमें कुछ करना है तो हमें बेसिक पॉइंट सोचना होगा, ये पॉल्यूशन कहाँ से आता है और उसके लिए कार्य करना है। हमारी फैक्ट्री चल रही है, हमारी फैक्ट्री पे हमारा कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है। रोड डस्ट, कंस्ट्रक्शन डस्ट, इस पे हमारा कोई कंट्रोल नहीं। ये तो सब स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की चीजें है ना, यहाँ पे ब्लेम गेम नहीं कह रहा हूं मैं। आप देखिए ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम, अगर आप यही कर देते हैं तो 70% पॉल्यूशन की प्रॉब्लम दिल्ली की तो खत्म हो जाएगी। 30% पराली है, तो अगर आप 200 में रहते भी हैं तो वो भी मैनेज हो जाएगी बाय डिकम्पोजर एंड द फ्लूइड व्हिच केजरीवाल साहब हैज मेड इन पूसा इंस्टीट्यूट में उन्होंने रिसर्च किया.
But Dr. Gupta, will you give the chief ministers of Delhi and Punjab at least some credit for coming forward, holding this kind of press conference and taking responsibility? Is that a first step in your opinion?
ये मेरी ओपिनियन में, कि जब आपने देखा है कि कुछ कर नहीं सकते हैं तो आपने कहा ठीक है हम गलती मानते हैं, पर गलती मानने से तो पॉल्यूशन कम नहीं होने वाला. पॉल्यूशन तो जब आप कुछ करेंगे तभी कम होगा, और उसके लिए आप कुछ कर नहीं रहे. दिल्ली का जो 70% पॉल्यूशन है उसके लिए क्या किया आपने 7 वर्षों से, और हर रोज बढ़ता. आज 500 के ऊपर पॉल्यूशन है. डू यू थिंक दिस इज स्पेशल? लास्ट ईयर भी नहीं था.
Siddharth Sharma, will doing a mea culpa, accepting responsibility really make a difference to anybody when we can't breathe? Quick last comments, I have to wrap this up.
Yeah, climate change and pollution, I'll reiterate what our chief minister said. This is such a huge issue that we have to raise above blame game. Nobody is to blame here, neither the farmers, neither the suffocating citizens of Delhi, neither the vehicle owners, neither the people who are moving around in vehicles.
Yes.
Everyone has to come together. Every stakeholder has to come together, especially the politicians, the union government, and all the state governments.
Everyone talks about coming together, and the moment the air quality improves, it's put on the back burner again. How is that going to change?
We have to. This time we have to sit together. There's no other option now.
This time we have to sit together. There's no other option. We certainly hope the politicians will walk their talk. Thank you all for joining us.